Hello and welcome to this third in the distance and direction series that I'm doing. This third one is the second one on how to get directional data between points and your polygon. At the end I'll show you how you can do it between polygons and polygons as well, in case you need to do that, and a few examples. But the main crux of this one is how to get this numerical data that we got from the Azimuth function to say north, northeast, east, south, etc. So I'm assuming that you've already watched the first two distance and direction videos, and this one we're just going to use a case when function in the virtual field layers to turn this into something more legible. Case when functions are a bit like if functions in Excel, if you ever use those, and yeah, we'll get to it. So first of all, we'll bring up the angle values that we got for all these values around the point, and what north and northeast and things they correspond to. I showed how to do that in an earlier video. So then we're going to go on to, let's have a look at the so here's our vertices layer, there's our azimuth values, and we're going to open the field calculator, bring that up again, create a virtual field, and we'll call it north, west, south, east, and it's going to be text. I'm going to make this box a bit bigger so what I'm doing is a bit more legible. So case when functions, the first word you type is case, and then when, so far so easy. And then we'll tell it we want to look at the azimuth column, and then we'll say greater than or equal to, and then looking over at this column here, 2.72, and in the azimuth column is less than 3.55, then that's north. So single quotation marks, north, and quotation marks. And just to check whether that's working correctly or not, we're going to end the function. So press enter to make a new line, make a couple of new lines, else 0, end. Now you see output preview is not, so it's working for some of those, but what we want is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other values to be done. Rather than type them all out, I'm going to be lazy and just copy and paste the first one in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then change the values so they are corresponding to the little table. So let's do this column first. As I said in the earlier video, I genuinely don't know why these values are between 0 and 360, which would be a lot more legible, but I don't know, just work with what we've got. It does work, so that's enough. we go. That's a little code which should we just let the thing update. Oh, of course I need to change the labels to northwest, southeast. Yeah, and now we can see that it has worked. And then as another test, if we move our proposed site off of the Anfield Plain pitch and let's move it over to Everton, Goodison Park, then all the values have updated. Let's get rid of these little, I don't need to get rid of the layers, to show that now it knows that they're all to the southeast. So that's really useful. The way that I like to use the distance and the direction calculations is maybe a touch different to how I've shown here. I have a layer called data search style. The formulas that have been made are firstly saved in the fields value, but they get copied and pasted with the styles of a layer. So if, for example, I've loaded in a data search CSV or something there's a load of point files from a data search, I can just copy this style here, paste it into the point file, and all those point files will then show the distance from my site boundary and the direction as well, which is really handy. And I've already got, say, a ponds layer that has got these values on it. The actual code that I use for the direction, I chose not to have a separate azimuth column and a northwest southeast column, but if you can see here, the azimuth calculation is folded into the case when code, and so that just it makes it longer and it makes it look really confusing, but I mean it's just the same thing, just the two columns I've joined it together in that calculation. And as a final point, the point being an operative word, if you remember, we had to add into the code the centroid function to get the center of the site in order to get the azimuth function to work, because the site boundary is a polygon. If we were to use the direction formula for a polygon file like the Ramsar sites, then we just need to remember to add the centroid function to both, and that'll give us the direction of the Ramsar site, the center of the Ramsar site to the center of our site. So yeah, I hope you found that useful, and I hope I haven't laboured some points and not explained others well enough. Let me know on the QGIS Ecology Facebook group if things I breezed over too quickly and didn't make sense. But I just find if you try it and play with it, then it should work for you. Thanks very much. As I say, if you use this professionally, feel free to make a contribution to QGIS so they can keep developing the software, or to wildlife charity of your choice. Thanks very much, and speak to you again.